Okay, so first I'd like to place on record the fact that the measurement of crime in St. Lucia and throughout the Eastern Caribbean was a challenge for all of the Eastern Caribbean countries. And we had not done a good job of it, and the attempts that we'd made in the past were very sporadic and ad hoc and not focused. I think the LACSI Initiative questionnaires are designed in such a way that they focus the respondents' attention on measuring the incidence of crime in the last 12 months. So that was a very important development for the Eastern Caribbean, and we are very happy in St. Lucia to be the first country to have participated in it. Of course, while in St. Lucia, we had to adapt these questionnaires to our local context. To do that, we engaged the Central Statistical Office, engaged the Ministry of Justice, the police, the prisons, the Gender Relations Department, and other Ministry of Social Equity. We engaged all of these bodies in doing that adaptation. We had several meetings to inform them with the support of UNODC's Center of Excellence, to inform them about the process, and so they could participate in the customization and development of the modules. We decided, for example, that we would remove the vandalism module. All right, we removed the homicide module because the incidence of homicides and vandalism is so low. So all of these adaptations took place. We had a workshop in June of 2019, and at that workshop, we decided question by question how the adaptation should occur with the support of the Center of Excellence, the LACSI Initiative. Then we went further. Members of the different agencies took the questionnaire and completed it themselves, submitted it to UNODC, and we had an agreement what the questionnaires would be within the structure of the LACSI Initiative and being guided by UNODC. And then after having completed the pilot test, we then moved the questionnaire from paper to tablets. And then in September, we did the training of enumerators and started the survey right after on tablets, with the objective of finishing it by the end of November 2019. At this time, we are 50% complete with that survey, and we look forward to the results that will be produced in the next few months with the guidance of UNODC, helping us in terms of the computation of some of the very important indicators and SDGs. Certainly, we were, like I said, we were challenged with having the right, getting information on crime statistics. The last time that we collected any serious information from citizens directly about the experience of crime and how crimes committed against them as victims was being dealt with by the authorities was in the census of 2010. And that is, of course, 8-9 years ago. All right, so this initiative was a very welcome development in that it added to our crime statistics database significantly. All right, it also allowed us to focus on the collection of SDGs for goal 16 and all the associated indicators. For example, like, you know, the indicator on how safe do you feel walking around in your neighborhood, or as the Spanish would say, barrio, at night, en la noche, right? So that assisted us in understanding how citizens felt in their society with respect to security, how secure they felt. And there were a number of other SDGs that we got information on. It also helped us to customize our crime victimization questions in the census, so that we will now be able to use some of the questions, the definitions, the structures that the LACSI Initiative and UNODC developed, in translating that into one or two model questionnaires within our census, and then to get small area statistics by community on safety levels. All right, so for all of these reasons, the sort of information that we've been able to collect and this process has been very helpful in allowing us to answer many important questions. With respect to sexual harassment, there has been many, generally within the public, it was understood to be a very pervasive problem. Many people experienced it at different levels, from the more extreme form, right, rape, to, you know, people harassing you constantly at work and so on, okay? But we never had a tool to measure it. We knew many people in the society was bothered about it, and there needed to be a societal response in terms of policy, in terms of legislation. But for you to have a response, you need to know what the nature of the problem is, right? And so we were very happy to be the first country to be piloting with the collaboration of UNODC, to be piloting the sexual harassment module. With respect to cybercrime, we saw also an increasing vulnerability of the population to various cyber-related incidents and accidents and developments. And the UNODC focused our attention on 4 areas. You know, email hacking, email and social media hacking, ransomware. The other one was cyberbullying. That was another very important one. In fact, within St. Lucia, they had many high-profile incidents of cyberbullying where people experienced photos, nude photos being circulated on media as a means to threaten them and extort them based on past events. And so there was a growing need to understand this problem. It is true that the prevalence rate on cybercrime may still be low, but it's something that we expect to be increasing. There have been instances, for example, of institutions experiencing ransomware attacks, okay, and having to pay up to have the information, critical information on their files released. So for all these reasons, we embarked on this initiative with UNODC, and we're very happy to have participated as one of the first countries to pilot it. And we certainly will benefit from it in many other areas of statistics.